Hello and welcome to Startup Street. I'm Shruti Mishra. These are the top headlines from the startup space. Semiconductor startup Netra Semi has raised 107 crore rupees in Series A round from Zoho Corporations and Unicorn India Ventures. Funds raised will be used for accelerating research and development initiatives, expand manufacturing capabilities. Value-first retail chain for small towns of India, Super K, has bagged 100 crore rupees in Series B round of funding led by Binny Bansal's Three State Ventures and Mithun Sacheti. The round also saw star Indian batter and current men's test captain Shubman Gill joining in, along with existing investors Bloom Ventures and Exceed Ventures. Enlight, a design-led product-first company, secured 46 crore rupees in a Series A round led by Vana Capital with participation from Claypon Capital. With this round, the company will expand into international markets, including the Middle East and Southeast Asia. It also plans to accelerate its edge AI and elementary capabilities. PhysicsWallah became the first EdTech firm to get the go-ahead from SEBI to launch an initial public offering. According to an update from the markets regulator, the company was among the 7 companies cleared for a public listing. SpaceX's Starlink suffered one of its biggest international outages when an internal software failure knocked tens of thousands of users offline, a rare disruption for Elon Musk's powerful satellite internet system. Michael Nicholas, Starlink Vice President of Starlink Engineering, wrote on X that the outage was due to failure of key internal software services that operate the core network. Well, those were the headlines we've been tracking for you this evening on What's Brewing Today. Chennai-based deep tech startup Fabheads, founded by ex-ISRO engineers, has raised $10 million in a Series A round led by Axel. The company is one of just 7 globally and the only one from India to automate the complex process of continuous fiber composite manufacturing with transformative applications across aerospace, mobility, defense, and clean energy. The fresh capital will be used to ramp up manufacturing facility, expand the leadership team, and strengthen client-facing engineering and R&D divisions. Joining me now to talk about what's next at Fabheads is its founder and CEO, Dinesh Kanagaraj. Dinesh, welcome to Startup Street. Now, Fabheads is, like I mentioned, one of only 7 companies globally and the only one from India to automate continuous fiber composite manufacturing. What is the core innovation that sets your, tech apart? What kind of efficiency gains or performance improvements are you delivering?
Pleasure to be part of the show, Shruti. Today, if you see more than 85% of fiber composite parts, be it drones, performance bicycle F1 cars, jet planes, or even extremely large wind turbine blades, these are all completely made by manual manufacturing process. So at Fabheads, we have developed a completely new process called adaptive toe placement, ATP. And this is something that we have procured patents, not just in India, but across Europe, USA, Japan, and several countries. So this is actually the key process innovation that allows us to handle the automation. So this essentially significantly reduces the manpower involved by at least 80% and also increases the speed of production in a very big way.
Dinesh, carbon fiber is hard to work with. So tell us, how are your systems addressing challenges around precision, material wastage, and high rejection rates, issues that even global giants struggle with?
It most definitely is, Shruti. So you are very right. Because, as I said, currently most of the manufacturing is done very manually, there is a very high unreliability in the overall sector itself. And depending on the complexity of the parts, see some simpler parts in automotive to extremely complex parts in aerospace, the rejections can be just as low as 1% to even sometimes as high as 15%. And this is incredibly high wastage. And that is where our ATP process comes in. And because it is a completely automated manufacturing process, it increases precision and speed in a very drastic manner. We have been able to demonstrate that our processes have been able to reduce rejections by at least 20%, and even in very complex stage stages, like even rejections by of the order of 50% actually, and also reducing the material wastage and cost in a very big way.
Okay, let's get to the fundraise now. You recently raised $10 million in Series A led by Axel with plans to set up a larger facility in Bengaluru. What kind of capacity are you targeting and which sectors are you prioritizing as you scale?
Today, the largest mission that we have in our facility is about 1.5 meters, and that kind of limits the size of parts that we could cater to our clients. So moving forward, we are looking at building missions that can cater up to 5-meter parts within the next year and up to 15-meter size parts within the next 2 to 3 years, sort of. And that is kind of caters to a large number of aerospace and defense grade parts, essentially.
Okay.
And moving forward, we are also looking at catering into shipping, biomedical, and other sectors as well.
All right. And Dinesh, the timing couldn't be better. India's composites market, pegged at $1.8 billion, is set to touch $2.8 billion by 2030. Also, with the government now backing domestic carbon fiber production and targeting $10 billion in technical textiles exports under the PLI scheme and National Technical Textiles Mission, how is Fabheads positioning itself, especially in aerospace and mobility?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there has been extensive policy support in India towards increasing manufacturing work and also in and around Make in India related various initiatives. And all this has been extremely helpful for us as an ex-startup, and we are more than happy to ride the wave as it helps us push much faster. Especially in aerospace also, actually, we are seeing a lot of global players increasing their foothold in India and increase the amount of components that they procure from India. Earlier, these used to be primarily procured from China and several other countries, but the percentage that is being imported from India has been drastically increasing. And even the Boeing has set up their final assembly line for helicopters now. And like this, we are expecting more such developments in India, and which we are willing to take more than enough push out of it. Yeah.
All right. With the fresh funds raised, Dinesh, you're also looking to expand your leadership and R&D teams. Tell us more about the roadmap for the next 12 to 18 months. What are the hiring plans, global ambitions, and revenue targets that you've set for yourself?
Yeah. So we are going to be mostly focused on quickly setting up our large-scale facility in Bengaluru right now, and also showcasing its capabilities to the larger aerospace community across the world. And we'll be participating in multiple events showcasing the capabilities. And there are a lot of other capabilities that we have not yet revealed to the world, which we are very excited to showcase in the coming months. And yes, we are looking at hiring a lot of engineers working on these very high tech that we are working on, as well as the sales team to start growing very international very quickly. And so in terms of numbers, we are looking to grow at least 50x in terms of our revenue in the next 2 years.
50x growth. Okay. Dinesh, beyond aerospace, which other sectors are seeing the strongest demand for your technology? Where do you see the biggest growth opportunities?
So carbon fiber is becoming extremely adaptive. People have been starting to use this in luxury yachts now, and slowly it is becoming more use case even in cargo ships. So shipping is definitely seeing a very big rise in adopting these materials. Locomotives, another use case, the lighter the locomotives, the more fuel efficient and the more faster it is going to be. And also biomedical, titanium is slowly being replaced with carbon fiber as a preferred material for implants. And like this, so carbon fiber is greatly changing the way the engineering world works. And the biggest problem for it has been the cost and how things are being produced.
Sure.
And what we are doing right now in terms of automation is going to make that adoption that much more faster.
All right. Lastly, Dinesh, do you envision Fabheads as a long-term made in India deep tech success story, one that could eventually go public? Is that a long-term vision?
Absolutely. So we definitely wish to go all the way. We believe what we are building is going to have an insanely positive effect across the world in making a more sustainable Earth, and we wish to play a very big role for it across the decades and not just a few years.
All right, Dinesh, on that note, it's time for me to wrap up our conversation. Many thanks for joining us on Startup Street today, and wish you the very best for all your growth plans. Moving on, now let's take a look at the deal activity this week. As per Venture Intelligence, 21 startups secured $108 million this week. Some of the notable deals were Composio, which secured $25 million from Elevation Capital, Lightspeed Ventures, and others. Semiconductor firm Netra Semi secured over $12 million from Unicorn India Ventures, and Zoho retail chain Super K raised around $12 million from Bloom Ventures. Three State Ventures, Exceed Ventures, and others. AI cloud platform Cluis AI also raised around $10 million from Bloom Ventures, Climber Capital, RTP Global, Unicorn India Ventures, and others. EduFund, an education savings platform, has raised $6 million from Mass Mutual Ventures and Vulcan Capital. With this, the total number of deals for this year till date climbed to 508 and is valued over $4.6 billion. And on that note, we have to take a short break. But up next, my colleague Ritu Singh will join in with a special chat on PayPal's new global cross-border platform launch called PayPal World with its president and CEO, Alex Chriss. Stay tuned for that.
In an important development for the global payments landscape, PayPal has partnered with several major digital wallet companies to launch PayPal World, which is a platform designed to make cross-border commerce more seamless and accessible. Now, this initiative allows users to pay international merchants or send money across borders using their local wallets and payment systems they already use at home. Launched in partnership with major payment systems, including India's UPI through the NPCI International, China's TenPay Global, which is Tencent's payment arm, Latin America's Mercado Pago, and of course PayPal and Venmo, the platform aims to connect nearly 2 billion users over the world. To illustrate how it will work, if an Indian shopper, for instance, is browsing on a US-based online store and he clicks on the PayPal button at checkout, they'll see the UPI option that they're familiar with, and that will enable them to complete the purchase in their local currency using their preferred domestic payment method. But to understand the strategy behind PayPal World and what it could mean for the future of global payments as we know it today, we're joined by Alex Chris, the president and CEO of PayPal. Alex, thank you very much for your time here on CNBC-TV18. It's a pleasure to have you here. To begin with, very, very simply put for our viewers, for the consumers out there who are shopping in India or shopping abroad or vice versa, what does PayPal World really bring to the table, and how is it any easier than, say, using our credit cards to make an online transaction internationally?
Sure. Well, again, thank you for having me. It's great to be with you today. So when we set out to create PayPal World, the problem we were solving was we know that there is tremendous advancement in digital wallets today. Digital wallets are how people want to pay. Digital wallets hold multiple credit cards. They may hold digital currencies. They may hold buy now, pay later options. There's lots of different options around the world. But the challenge is these wallets don't interoperate. And so if you're traveling, if you happen to be wanting to exchange money on a peer-to-peer basis with another consumer that has a different wallet, you run into a challenge. And so PayPal World creates interoperability across the leading wallets across the world. So if you're a consumer in India, you happen to be a UPI user, you can now shop anywhere that PayPal is accepted. So you can go to Europe, you can go to an e-commerce store in the United States or anywhere else. You'll be able to find the PayPal button, click on it, and be able to actually check out with your UPI wallet. And this is interoperable across different geographies. So users that are Venmo users or Mercado Libre users that are traveling into India will be able to scan a UPI merchant QR code and be able to check out with their home wallet as well. So we're trying to give people the opportunity to use their native wallet anywhere that they want to shop, anywhere in the world.
And Alex, how soon is this going to be live?
Yeah, so we just announced a partnership with our top first 5 founding wallets. So it's PayPal, it's Venmo, it's UPI, WeChat, and Mercado Libre. Our plan is to launch in the fall, and we already have tremendous influx of other wallets that have chosen and are reaching out to want to join. So we'll be rolling out this fall. And again, this is an open platform, an open ecosystem. We want to connect the world together.
Well, you're calling PayPal World a first of its kind platform, really. So, but for PayPal itself, should we read it as a shift from being a payments company to becoming this global payment infrastructure company? And, really, if wallets can transact across borders without needing PayPal accounts, what's your monetization model here?
Great question. So first, we are transforming PayPal from traditionally a payments company into what we're calling a commerce platform. And so commerce is what merchants and consumers need to be able to interact with each other. And we think we have the opportunity to really help our consumers, help our small businesses, help our merchants around the world do more than just payments. And so, yes, we are transforming the organization into a commerce platform. In terms of our monetization model, look, when there is more commerce that happens around the world, PayPal is going to benefit. We already are a part of a quarter of all e-commerce. We have monetization models in place with our existing merchants. We've just given merchants that use PayPal in Germany or in the United States the ability to have access to close to 2 billion consumers just with these founding wallets. That is a huge opportunity for our merchants. And again, when commerce happens, we're going to be the platform to enable it, and we'll continue to grow the business.
You know, you're bringing together players like UPI from India, TenPay from China, and, you know, Mercado from Latin America, different regulatory regimes there and very different, technical architectures as well. What were the biggest hurdles in making these interoperable, and how will you ensure that there is regulatory compliance across such a wide range of jurisdictions?
You know, we start with the vision, and the vision is, do we want to live in a world where wallets are interoperable? And, you know, every time I would talk to the CEO or a leader of one of these partners, we shared a common vision. And so when you start with a common vision and you start with, you know, the mindset that your users will continue to use your wallet, but we're now giving users and merchants the opportunity to interact with the world, then technology is always solvable. So we have created a technology platform. This is a platform that is future-proof. It's one that will continue to evolve. We will be investing in. And obviously, this creates opportunities for us to ensure that there's safety, security. This is something that PayPal has stood for the past 25 years and is known for around the world. And so we have standards on our platform and technology that ensures that things like KYC, KYB, all of the different security mechanisms to ensure that consumers can make purchases and feel safe and secure, and that merchants can transact in a very smart way. All of that is built into the platform. You know, what we really set out to do was ensure that there was as little friction as possible for adoption. And so from a consumer standpoint, you will just use your existing wallet, and you will now have access to all of the other merchants around the world. And from a merchant perspective, there's no additional integration needed. When we roll this out, your existing QR code or your existing tap to pay option will now just be available for all the wallets that are part of PayPal World.
Well, you know, you talked about onboarding more partners in the future. Could you tell us who those would be? Are you targeting any specific markets or regions or use cases?
You know, we really see a borderless world when it comes to travel and commerce. And so, you know, we will be open, we'll bring everyone in, and we want to make sure that, you know, wherever you as a consumer choose to travel, you know, the challenge you have now, you want to take your family on vacation, you know, you're either thinking about what is the cash that I need to bring and convert when I, you know, land at my destination, or what local wallet do I need to be able to go sign up for and try to get provision for. We want to eliminate that. So we want consumers to be able to make the choice wherever they want to travel for business, for pleasure, wherever they want to take their family. They can go, they can use their home wallet, where their money is, where their transaction history is, and just be able to check out online, in person, or in the future, agentic AI as well. So look, we'll be bringing on wallets, I know, from around the world, and we want to make sure that anywhere you choose to be, PayPal World is available.
Well, let's talk about India and your partnership with NPCI for UPI. How did that come together? And, you know, broadly, how do you view India's role in shaping the future of the payments infrastructure globally? And how central is UPI really to PayPal World's long-term strategy?
Look, I think one of the very first calls I made was to ensure that UPI would be a part of this vision, and it was a tremendous conversation with the leadership team there. They are exceptional leaders, and, you know, a team that again shares this vision of an interoperable world. And they were, you know, tremendous partners throughout. And India is an essential geography for us, right? This is a country that is moving rapidly into digital commerce. There is vast acceptance of digital wallets. And, you know, I will say, even after we made our announcement earlier today, the number of inbound requests that I had from consumers just thanking me for including UPI, because there's so much commerce cross-border between different geographies around the world into India and out of India. I think this was one of the biggest and most important partners we could have, and I'm thrilled that UPI is a founding partner of PayPal World.
Well, Alex, if India is such an important partner, a quick word on your plans for the business here for PayPal, because, PayPal had surprisingly shut down its domestic business in India back in 2021 because, it said priorities had shifted. But of course, you now do have that in-principle approval from the Reserve Bank to operate as a cross-border payments operator. Will that be the extent of PayPal's presence in India? Do you have larger ambitions for the region?
Again, India is a critical region for us. We want to partner with the best that are out there, which is why we partnered with UPI. We have a lot of merchants in India right now that are using PayPal services. And I think with the PayPal World offering, we may see significant adoption of the services that we continue to offer. As you mentioned, we've got cross-border capabilities that our customers are loving, and we are continuing to see that business grow. So India is a very important market for us, and one that we will continue to invest in, and we'll do it with partners that matter, just like UPI.
So no plans to be in the domestic payments business again in India, or any sort of investment plans for the region you could share to expand your business here?
Nothing to share at this time. We again. Have a tremendous cross-border business, and one that we want to make sure that, we can create a differentiated offering when we come to a market. And right now, there are tremendous offerings already in the India domestic market. We just want to make sure that when consumers and merchants want to interact with the rest of the world, they're using the PayPal World platform to be able to do it. So no new plans to announce today in terms of additional domestic investment, but we're very excited to connect the rest of the world with India and ensure that we're continuing to grow commerce around the world.
Well, Alex, when you took over this job, I remember hearing one of your first interviews talking about how you have competition, or PayPal sees competition from every player from A to Z. What sort of competitive response do you expect to PayPal World? Whether that is Swift, GPI, Visa Direct, MasterCard, Apple. How defensible is PayPal World as a platform?
When you start with a mission and a vision that is truly customer back, truly at the heart of what a customer needs in terms of interoperability, in terms of frictionless commerce, then you've got a very strong leg to stand on. And PayPal, it really feels to me like we were built for this moment. 25 years of building a global presence that stands for trust and safety and security, and now opening up our leading wallets and technology to partner with the leading wallets around the world. I think this creates an incredible platform for us to continue to grow on. My expectation is, yes, this is a very competitive landscape. We're also, there's a lot of co-opetition that goes on. And so I expect that, many of the folks that we see day to day as partners are also competitors, and I welcome them to the PayPal World ecosystem. This is really about creating incredible experiences for consumers and for merchants. And if players want to be a part of that vision, then I want to welcome them to PayPal World.
Well, a quick word on another important piece for PayPal that you mentioned, of course, while announcing this launch, and that is plans to enable stablecoins and other new payment methods into it. Could PayPal World eventually evolve into this, universal payment layer that'll include digital currencies, Web3 wallets, and the like? I mean, how do you see this evolving?
We have future-proofed the platform. Stablecoins are starting to really take off. We started to see some regulatory certainty here in the United States, even just within the last couple of weeks. PayPal has been a leader in stablecoins. We launched our US-backed stablecoin, PYUSD, a couple of years ago now. And if you just think about cross-border transactions, and you think about the opportunity to provide, to use the blockchain to provide a stablecoin opportunity where there are lower fees, lower latency, high security, these are opportunities for us to really take the future of payments and innovate. And so, my expectation is, yes, as PayPal World continues to evolve, if there is consumer demand and merchant demand, particularly on cross-border transactions where stablecoins make sense, then PayPal World will be a big supporter and proponent of that. So, we think we have created the foundation and the platform to be able to innovate, and we welcome all of our partners to come in and build this with us and create incredible, delightful experiences for our customers.
All right, Alex, thanks very much for taking us through all of that. We look forward to how PayPal World shapes up and to using it. Thank you very much, Alex Chris, for your time here on CNBC TV18 today.
Thank you.
On that note, we're going to wrap up this special conversation. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's a goodbye from all of us.